Hi, Robin. My name is Leah Ratchford. I'm the sales representative here to talk to you about Salesforce. How are you doing today?
Hi, Leah. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. First of all, I want to thank you for agreeing to meet with me today. I'm super excited to talk to you. First, I have to let you know that when I was doing a little research about Otis and yourself, I read that you're the recipient of the YWCA Women's Achievers Award. I think that's fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
That's so awesome that you saw that. So I'm actually on the board of directors for the CBIA in Connecticut, and I was an active participant in the Win Women Lead conference in 2023. So with these associations, I'm able to really help in developing young women achieve their goals, which is something that I absolutely love to do.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. And as an active member in the Salesforce Women's Network, I would love to talk about this more at another date, bounce ideas off each other. But as time is of the essence today, if it's okay with you, I'd love to get started on our conversation about Salesforce.
Yes, of course.
Perfect. Okay. To give you an overview, I'm going to ask you a few questions about your situation, and then I'm going to dive into Salesforce and all that we can offer you. And then finally, hopefully, we can move this buying process along. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Perfect. Okay. So my first question for you is, what are you looking to get out of a new CRM system?
So in a CRM system, I think it's really crucial to have an automation of routine tasks built into the programming.
Yeah, definitely. And what do you think this will do for your company?
So I just think it'll give my sales and marketing teams more time to focus on the important tasks instead of having to take time to do all the little smaller assignments.
Yeah, no, definitely. And along with this, what problems are you trying to solve with the use of a CRM system?
So with a hybrid world, my managers have less visibility and it's hard to keep everything accountable when everything is online.
Yeah. And how do you see this as an issue?
Well, I need my managers to have more control and more visibility and to easily be able to see marketing and sales key performance indicators.
Yeah, definitely. And what would you consider a successful outcome for a new system?
Yeah, so it really just comes down to good quality software. We need little mistakes in our data, and we've had some hiccups with HubSpot, and dealing with their customer service was just an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, don't worry. We can help with it. We've come up with some really innovative ideas incorporated within Salesforce, which I'll get into in a little bit. But my last question for you is how are you trying to improve your relationships with your customers?
So I really want to be able to track the touch points of a customer journey along with sharing that information between sales and marketing teams.
Yeah. And why do you think this is important to improve the relationships this way?
Well, by tracking touch points and having a line of communication between departments, I think we'll really be able to have a better understanding of each customer and make their customer experiences much more personalized.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right, Robin, I think we have a lot of great stuff to talk about today and what we can offer you. But just to make sure we're on the same track, you're looking for a CRM system with automation that can offer you visibility and accountability for your managers, obviously of good quality, as well as capable of having tracking touch points to have a line of communication between marketing and sales.
Yep,
Okay.
that pretty much sums it up.
Perfect. Okay. So to start, Robin, I am going to kill two birds with one stone here by talking about visibility and accountability for your managers. And what I outline here will be a really good representation of how high quality our software is. So I'm going to start with talking about customization. The idea behind customization is that no matter what kind of user you are, whether you're a manager, you're a marketer, you're a sales representative, you can customize your dashboard to look exactly how you need it to look. The two benefits in this is one, it takes very minimal effort to find what you're looking for because it's right in front of you. It can be customized the exact same way you want. You don't have to go to a bunch of different logs and files. And two, all you're looking for is in one place, just like I said, it's just right there. So, in specific for a manager, it could be KPIs, market campaigns, analytics, anything you need. But I think customization is a really strong tool that Salesforce has. And honestly, if you're willing, I would love to share my screen to show you an example of what this could look like?
Totally.
Awesome. Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm going to start by, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about the sales rep screen. Obviously, you could see it is customized to show how am I spending my time, how am I doing tracking my quota, where am I in the leadership team. Obviously, this is customized how he or she wants to see it, but a manager could take some of this information or use other information based on what they want to see. I thought it was also interesting to incorporate a different way to customize for a marketer. As you can see, this is an email campaign. You could see everything from the click rate to the open rate to the goal value, anything you really want to see. This could be used for comparisons against other things or just to see if your campaign is doing well. In terms of a manager, again, this is just a really great way to make sure your team is on track. And obviously, in terms of accountability, looking at that dashboard for that. So the dashboard is the visibility, having all that information right there. But what you're looking at is the numbers. And if you're looking to hold your team accountable, you need to make sure those numbers are accurate. And we are so top tier at getting that accuracy through the Salesforce Data Cloud. The Salesforce Data Cloud has data-backed information as well as real-time insights, which will help your managers make those well-informed decisions that are quick and easy as well. So do you see how having that data-backed information that's on the screen will help both be very clearly visible as well as hold them accountable with real-time information?
Yes.
Awesome. And I want to take a step back here because I just said a lot, and I just want you to think about how what I just outlined to you, that customization and that all that great data that we're able to offer you is a great representation of the quality of our software. Do you see that?
Yes.
Awesome. And let me tell you, there's a reason why 23% of the world uses our CRM system and why Forbes.com ranked us higher than HubSpot. It's because not only will we support you in your efforts, what you're trying to do with Otis, but we'll help you reach new heights. Do you see that?
Yes, I see that.
Perfect. Okay, next, I want to talk about automation with you, which is my favorite subject because we get to talk about our AI Einstein. Obviously, with the name, you know it's going to be good. But our main idea behind Einstein is all about having customized, predictive, and AI-generated responses pretty much for any task you need. He is pretty much there to take those quick, routine tasks out of your workers' lives so they can focus on the big picture tasks, if that makes sense. He'll be able to make those decision-making processes 38% faster, and business processes in general 27% faster. So he will definitely be able to alleviate some of those smaller tasks so they could really get to working on the nitty-gritty stuff. On top of that, he will not only be able to answer those needs, but he'll be able to do more by sending customized emails enriched with data and call to actions that are specific to the specific customer. So with that, customers getting emails that are right towards their needs and offering them things that they didn't know based on their specific situation, that customer engagement, customer experience will continue to grow and flourish, which is exactly what every company needs. So do you see how Einstein will not only be able to help answer your needs, but to do more than that?
Yeah, sounds cool.
Awesome. And lastly, I want to talk to you about tracking the customer journey and how we can share information across departments. So first, I want to start talking to you about the Journey Builder. The Journey Builder is all about obviously tracking the journey and doing everything step by step with you, which could not only benefit the customer, but also benefit your workers. It could benefit your workers by taking a lot of steps out of the process of trying to send those emails, trying to figure out where they are in the process, because it will be in the Journey Builder. All you have to do is go to the page of Salesforce and look at it right there. In terms of customers, they will feel more appreciated and heard by having those real conversations and connections with an Otis sales rep or whoever's talking to them, who knows exactly what situation they're in. And I want to show you what this looks like, if that's okay with you, this journey builder, because I think it's quite neat.
Sure.
So I'll just give you a quick overview. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through this quickly, but you could go all the way from listen to consumer cues from abandoned cart or new customers, you know, when to engage, what to do next, or if you need to give them a little nudge to get them to really come in, or you could adapt with each customer. You know, customers' opinions are always changing. And if you're using the journey builder, you'll be able to see that right away and adapt with them and really keep them in line with making that sales process. And obviously discover distributed marketing, which plays into what I'll talk about in a second. But if you have a good idea about something, why don't you share about what happened and share it with the rest of Salesforce? Because I mean, why hold a good idea if it worked for you, honestly? But with that being said, another great way to share information in general among your departments is just, it's really easy to set up on Salesforce. All you need to do is assign the view all users permission to users who you want to see the information, and they'll be able to see anything from reports, campaigns, anything you really want. But it'll just make for really easy alignment across the channel, so everybody's on the same page. It'll increase productivity and it'll make for more accurate decision making. And a tool like this and that enables alignment across all departments is one of the reasons why companies who use Salesforce experience 44% higher increase in sales productivity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. Okay, Robin, I just went through a lot. Two things. If you're going to walk away with anything today, I want you to walk away with customization and Einstein. Everything I outlined you for today, from the journey builder to the tracking, or, you know, everything in there, it's all underneath those two umbrellas of customization and Einstein. They are like they're the two ones you want by your side, and they're the two ones that could really take Otis to the next level. So I think you should really consider that. But getting into the nitty gritty, everything that I outlined, I think aligns pretty well with what you need. Do you feel the same way?
Yes.
Awesome. So how are you starting to feel about Salesforce and what it could do for Otis?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good. I'm just still unsure if switching necessarily makes sense for Otis.
Interesting. And why do you feel that way?
Our reps don't even really use CRMs well anyways.
Mm,
So they, put in bad data.
yeah.
They don't really update data very often.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, this is actually a common thing we hear. So Salesforce adapted to it and we made a solution to it, which is sales automation. Sales automation can automatically update base data based on activity triggers, whether it's a phone call, speaking into your phone, an email you receive, anything like that. But sales automation will update that data for you and move you on to the next part of the next stage in the sales process. That way, your sales reps can focus more so on creating that relationship with their customers rather than having to input that data. Does that answer your question about, or your concern, I should say?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you
Perfect.
for sharing that with me.
Sure. And do
Um,
you have any other
my
concerns?
Yeah, I'm just a little worried about how hard it's going to be to switch over.
And why do you feel that way?
Well, my employees are probably going to be really mad that they're going to have to change because they just learned this new HubSpot a couple of years ago.
Gotcha.
And,
Yeah.
employees.
Right. Well, I could see how your workers are probably comfortable with HubSpot. They've been going for 2 years, but we both know that you need to step out of your comfort zone to really make a new achievement, which is why I'm really urging you to consider Salesforce. But besides the idea of just stepping out of your comfort zone, we also, if you do decide to sign with us for those 2 years, are offering 2 free onboarding training days where we could take you through demos, training sessions, answer any other questions you have, but really try to make that process as easy as possible. On the website itself, there's pop-ups, there's demos themselves to really try to support you. But I do know when Amgen was onboarding, I personally helped Abby and a few of her coworkers. I know they had a great experience. So I also strongly urge you to talk to them to learn any tips they might have. They might be able to be of help with you. Do you see how we can kind of like support you through that?
Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you for offering that. My last thing is just I've got a super busy month. Like we have some new goals that we're trying to implement, and I was just wondering, like, maybe we can meet in January.
Okay. Is there a reason why you want to meet in January, or is it just because you think right now it's too busy of a time?
We're just slammed right now.
Gotcha. Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but does your subscription end in November?
Oh my goodness. Duh. Sorry, it's been a
That's
long day.
okay. I just don't want you to
Um,
have to go without a CRM system for a few months. But so
yeah,
do
that would be
strongly
terrible.
I strongly suggest you try to think about making that switch in November, not only so you go a few months without it, but because you said you're too busy. Like I said, with Einstein and our customization tools, but mostly Einstein can really help relieve some of that busy work schedule that you have by this AI doing it himself. He could actually take some off of your plate rather than put some more on it, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, you
honestly,
know what, Leah?
sorry, I
Oh,
was just gonna say, honestly,
no.
it would be a smart decision to do it now. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I think what you have to say all sounds great, and I'd love to include my team managers in this decision making process, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, awesome. I actually have an opening on November 14th. Should I book that spot for a second meeting?
Yep,
Perfect.
probably works for me.
Perfect. All right, Robin. Well, I want to thank you so much for speaking with me today. And I believe if you do choose to go with Salesforce, this will be the perfect fit for you guys. And I think could do a lot for your company. And if I don't hear from you until November 14th, I look forward to it. But if you want to speak before then, I'm open to getting coffee to speak about being women in business or answer any other questions you may have. Until then, thank you again. And I hope you have a great day.
All right, thanks. Bye, Leah.
Thank you. Bye bye.